I'm pretty stoked. Oh my gosh. Hey, what's up, Sailor Guardians? My name is Sailor Snubs. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I actually am filming this in kind of a weird mode, the sort of vlog style today, but I'm doing an unboxing and a full review of the brand new Wonder Statue Eternal Sailor Moon from Bandai. This girl's gorgeous, and I also am introducing somebody who is brand new to my family. I want to show you my brand new baby. I am thrilled to have this statue in my collection now. I actually put it together. I didn't break anything, as you can see, but let's go ahead and get into the unboxing and I'll tell you more about her in a little bit. So first things first, this is Zelda. We just adopted her and she is 8 weeks old. She's super cute and adorable. Now I know that y'all had heard me previously say that I had fur baby fever, and I definitely did. We just happened to find this girl available at a local shelter and we applied for her and they let us take her home the same day. We were not completely prepared, but luckily we already have everything in our household for a kitten, so we were very excited to take her home. Now let's get to unboxing this brand new Wonder Statue Eternal Sailor Moon. She did come in a very large box, and I did have the pricing on screen for you in terms of how much she costed. I also wanted to show you the pricing that I paid for the shipping. In total, she was about $550 to ship to the United States via expedited shipping, so I got her overnight. Okay. Kitten for size. There you go, kitten for comparison of size. This box is huge, gigantic. We have Wonder Statue Eternal Sailor Moon written on the sides. The top features a beautiful image of Eternal Sailor Moon, of the statue, inside the box. There's your sticker. Okay, it also says Wonder Statue on this side. I don't think there's anything on the bottom. No, just stars. And then on the back, there is details about the statue, components, I believe. And then it says inquiries are not accepted outside of Japan. Good thing I have a Japanese address. Let's go ahead and unpack her. So this product came in a bunch of styrofoam packaging, but the first thing on the top is this wonderful guide. This could actually be used as a poster as well, because the front of this image is really beautiful, but the back is very descriptive in terms of how to put this resin figure together. So read this carefully whenever you unbox yours. The styrofoam packaging was sealed very carefully and very tightly with these Velcro straps, and each piece was wrapped and packaged separately from each other so you wouldn't have damaged pieces. Now luckily when mine came in, I noticed that none of the pieces were broken, which is great. This moon I struggled with quite a bit to remove from the styrofoam packaging because it was very, very tightly sealed in there, and I did not want to break off the ends of the crescent moon because they are very delicate. Sailor Moon's wings, the wingspan is incredible and they are very heavy and very detailed, so I was super careful when I was unpacking those. I noticed that each of the crystals was a separate piece, which was kind of surprising for me. But each of those separate pieces were extremely heavy, and the base was probably the heaviest part in the entire package. No surprise there, but as expected, this was going to be a very, very heavy and very large resin statue. Each of these crystals is kind of dangerous, so when you are taking them out of the packaging, they are pretty sharp and they are very heavy. They are full solid poly resin, so be very careful when you are taking them out of the packaging. Don't drop them on your toes. So once we had everything packaged up, I put the styrofoam back in the box and got this ready on my table to assemble. First things first, with the Wonder statue, you want to put together all of the crystals. Now I noticed that the crystals kind of move around a little bit, and I think that's on purpose so you can easily place them side by side and you can move them around and use gravity to your advantage. to ensure that each of them are placed correctly. When you slide them into place, they fit almost perfectly against each other without scratching. Now I did shimmy them around a little bit to ensure that each one was all the way placed down into the stand. And once I had that figured out, I decided to turn this around so you could actually see it from the front. And boy, it was heavy. It took me a moment to figure out where to put Sailor Moon's body. There is only one piece that attaches her to the stand itself, and it took me a bit to find where it's supposed to go because you're looking at a bunch of shiny crystals, so it was hard to find the hole. Now, right before I put on the wings, I noticed that there's a magnet in her back, and the magnet actually has this crescent moon. I don't know if that's an Easter egg or just how it was built, but I thought it was kind of cute. The wings do attach very easily, and they are very strong, so I didn't feel like they were going to fall out. Now, originally I had put on her staff kind of backwards, so I had to reposition it. Since it is so skinny, I thought that it was very fragile, so I was super careful when I was installing this and assembling it. Now, the moon was interesting too. I was surprised that there's only one magnet holding it in place, so I was very careful when I was putting in the crescent moon. After that, we got her head into place, got her two odongos, her pigtails assembled. Both of those I kind of had to shimmy into their placement so that they would fit perfectly against her head. But once she was all assembled, she was pretty much ready to go. So now let's take a closer up look and I'll share some more insight into this beautiful figure. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Whoa, this is so cool. Oh my gosh. So here she is. This is the new Sailor Moon Eternal Wonder statue. She is resin. She is super heavy and she's absolutely gorgeous. I think she's beautiful and I love that she lights up. This is my first figure that lights up like this and dude, it is so cool. I'm very impressed. Oh, I'm so happy with this. Do you like her? Now I have to figure out where to put her because this is huge and I don't really have the room, so I'm gonna have to figure something out. Maybe I need to buy some more shelves or something. She is definitely the largest figure that I own. Even though height-wise, she may not be the tallest figure, she is the biggest one that I have in terms of licensed figures. Oh, you're so cute. Okay, let's take a look at this girl close up together. Also, shout out to this adorable little bebe. She's so tired. She's been napping all day, which is normal for kittens. So here we have our wonder statue, Eternal Sailor Moon. Now, one of the things I noticed, this was from Kuapi's video, was they didn't really fill in the lines in between her hair, which they should have done. I think she would have looked a little bit better if they had filled those lines so that you didn't have a really deep, dark shadow in between her bangs and the rest of her hair on her forehead and like right here. I also noticed there's no kind of like airbrushing technique or anything with her hair. It's all one solid color. So you don't see any kind of like transparency at the ends or anything like that, which I know some people don't like. I really like it when there's a bit of variety in her hairstyle. There's like no difference in the color. So it's all one color. Love that we have shiny Odangu shields. We also have the feather barrettes. Those are a matte color. The crescent moon is gold and it looks really good. And her eyes are gorgeous. I love all the details that are going into her eyes. Can we talk about her mouth though? It looks like it's like straight up cut and you're looking into her soul in there. Like it's a little weird because it almost looks like she's lipless and she doesn't have any teeth and it's just kind of weird. I wish that her mouth was more closed and she just had a pretty smile on her face. Is that dust? No, that's a speck. I'll have to clean that off. Luckily her earrings didn't break off in shipping. I also really like her brooch. It's very pretty. The compact does have a somewhat transparent heart in the middle, and then the gemstones are all just shiny with a gold heart. I do see a few paint flaws on here. There's one on her fuku, and there are some pretty obvious paint flaws around the heart on her compact. Bit of a scuff there too on the feather. Her skirt is a really beautiful shiny color. I don't see any major flaws with her skirt. It all looks really well done. I'm also very impressed that her bangs, the little tendrils of hair, did not break off in shipping, and this is all the way from Japan, so that's pretty impressive. Wow, she looks so beautiful from right here. If I was giving her a grade based on quality right now, I would say she's a B grade. There's some noticeable flaws, but if you're holding her at arm's distance, you're not going to see those flaws, so that's pretty good. I love the shape of her hands. They're very delicate, very beautiful, and I love that her gloves are a shiny color. I also very much appreciate that the top of her sleeves are somewhat transparent. That's really cool. That one looks like it's almost like it should be a little bit closer to her. I wonder if I can fix that. It's almost like coming off of her. Okay, it looks like that is partially because of her hand placement on her staff. So if I remove her hand from the staff, it doesn't do that, but technically she's supposed to have her hand on the Eternal Tiara. So does anybody know if there's a way to fix where the Eternal Tiara is kind of pushing her limb out a little bit too far so that this globe piece at the top of her fuku doesn't like pop out of place? I would like for it to be positioned a little bit better so there's not that movement, especially because I don't want her to break. So let me know. What if I heat it up? Is that a thing with resin? I'm not really sure. The Eternal Tiara is gorgeous. This is really beautiful. I love how they did the kind of iridescent coloring here. That's really pretty. Beautifully done. Oh man, she looks awesome. Look at that. Her legs also look wonderful. They did a great job with her boots. I love her stance and the action placement that she's taking. Very cool. And her wings, oh my god, we have to talk about these wings. She's like a freaking eagle with her wingspan. My goodness, she's huge. This is such a big figure. It's crazy. I do really like how these look like actual feathers. I mean, obviously they're not going to have as much detail as real feathers, but they have that real feather texture type of thing going on, so you can see like little pieces in there. It's cool. I like how they did it. So it makes each piece look really unique and it flares out in such an interesting way. Gosh, that's so pretty. Okay, let's talk about the stand. Here we have gold, kind of like a filigree design around the edges. Very pretty. There's some crescent moons on there too. And then we have the crystals, all of which are pretty transparent. And we have these little globes kind of signifying all the colors of the Sailor Guardians. It's really beautiful when it's lit up. I love it. It's very pretty. And then behind her is this crescent moon. Now this is the hardest piece to take out, at least for me it was. I was a little worried because it's heavy and these pieces are very, very thin and delicate. I mean, they're so thin you can almost see through the ends of them, so be really careful when you're taking out the moon from the packaging so that you don't break it, because this whole thing is resin, so it can be broken very, very easily. But the moon is only on here, it's only staying on there via a very strong magnet that is held on with this crystal in the back. It's kind of interesting that that is the only way that it's staying in place. Here is the back of our Usagi. There you can see the back bow, the tendrils in her hair. Very, very beautiful. And I also like how the light is kind of giving her a halo effect. It's very cool. Let me know what you think down below of this beautiful figure. I'm trying to back up in my room, but she's so big, I really have to back up pretty far to get a decent photo of her. Dang, she's big! There she is without the lights. So no LEDs. So that is everything with the Wonder Statue Eternal Sailor Moon. Let me know if you have any questions or concerns, comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe for more Sailor Moon content. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Mata ne! Zelda, what do you think? What do you think?